How to become an audio engineer, brought to you by jobsearchchannel.com.
All right, you guys, what's going on today? So today we're going to be going over the question of who is Def Leppard's music producer. So I've been learning about music production for about 10 years now, though I am still learning every single day. I think it's very important to understand that when you get into music, you will constantly be learning. I mean, just through the evolution of technology, through the evolution of business, things are ever changing. And I think it's very important that you're always asking new questions, seeking out new answers to things, and always kind of trying to stay ahead of the curve, especially if you're looking to be successful in the realm of music. Now, I got started in music because it's always been a major passion of mine. I wasn't very passionate about music production at first necessarily, but that's mostly because I just didn't know about it. I got started off as a singer and guitarist, playing in different bands, touring here and there across the US, and I kind of wanted to get in on the other side to see what music production was all about. It always had kind of interested me, working behind the scenes with different artists as well as myself to kind of craft new sounds, make new things, right? And so I ended up going to school, studying music there, and getting an internship at a couple different studios, I guess multiple internships at a few studios out here in LA. And I was eventually spat out on the other side where I began working as a music producer, sync writer, and composer at a production studio out here in LA where I've been working full-time for the past 2 years. And I highly recommend, get an internship and go out and have that hands-on experience if you want to work in the music industry, because I think it's so important. Now you might want to know the answer to the question of who is Def Leppard's music producer because, you love Def Leppard. And you just want to know, hey, who is the person that is behind that great 80s hair metal wall of sound? Some of their albums were incredibly innovative when it came to hard rock and kind of were the catalysts for a lot of hard rock albums that came after. So that's exactly why we are going to be talking about Robert John Mutt Lange. Now, Robert John Mutt Lange, otherwise just known as Mutt Lange, he's a South African record producer and songwriter. He was best known for pretty much his work in the studio and his innovations in multi-track recording, which there are many of. He also produced some of rock's most famous albums. Beyond Def Leppard, it goes into AC/DC, Foreigner, Boomtown Rats, Michael Bolton, Bryan Adams, The Cars, Huey Lewis and the News, the list goes on and on. He also worked with some more pop bands of today, including Maroon 5, and pop artists such as Lady Gaga and Britney Spears. And he's pretty much done a lot. It wasn't until about the late kind of 60s and early 70s that he began writing and producing for different bands. His first really major single was Rat Trap, and that's the song that he did for the Boomtown Rats. He also followed that with producing AC/DC's hard rock album Highway to Hell in 1979, which, if you're an AC/DC fan, you definitely know about it. It wasn't until the 1980s when he began working with Def Leppard, and he produced some of their hit albums, pretty much all of their hit albums, including High and Dry, Pyromania, Hysteria, and Adrenalize. He also co-wrote most of the songs, too, and really just had his whole fingerprint on a lot of those albums. It wasn't until after Hysteria that he kind of bowed out of working with Def Leppard. There are reasons, but we won't be going over that in this video. And I think it's just very important, though, that if you are interested in this 80s hair metal sound and the sound of Def Leppard, that you go and you check out Mutt Lange. He's one of the most influential kind of figures in 80s hard rock music, and I think just a very important person to know if that's the scene that you're interested in. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to check the description and get in touch with us, and good luck on your journey to learn more about the world of music production. Take it easy.